Part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
The overcrowded student section at the Bedlam game leads to an arrest. How one victim of the Colorado Springs shooting had roots right here in Oklahoma, and a Norman organization is making sure they're ready to help as inflation affects the holidays. This is OU Nightly. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Jaden Brannon.
And I'm Summer Miller. We begin tonight as a video from the Bedlam game is generating a big buzz on campus. You're taking a look at the 22-year-old who was arrested by OU police. Several fans recorded that incident, and some are saying it shows OUPD used excessive force. OU Nightly's Cameron Joyner is live with the story. Cameron?
Ismael Garcia is facing several charges tonight following his arrest at the Bedlam game here on Saturday night. Those charges include assault and battery of a police officer, resisting arrest, and public intoxication. But Garcia denies all of these charges, and some students are now rallying behind him following a video posted of his arrest to Twitter reaching 30,000 views. In this video posted to Twitter, you can see 5 police officers attempting to arrest Ismael Garcia in a tunnel to the student section.
And then they slammed me back to the ground, all the officers.
Several fans say the student section was overcrowded and that student IDs are no longer verified for entry. Witnesses say Garcia was trying to move through the crowded aisle when an officer stopped him.
And he was like, I'm a student here, like I'm just trying to get back to my seat. And then the cop pushed him.
This photo was taken minutes before. OUPD claims Garcia assaulted the officer. Garcia disagrees.
I didn't make contact with him in any way. He was the aggressor from the start. I was pushed into a concrete wall and then grabbed. There was dozens and dozens and dozens of people right there doing the same thing I was doing.
I don't think he assaulted the police. I don't think he really did anything forcefully towards the police as much as the police did to him.
Garcia says that he was panicked and scared.
I heard someone say, tase him, and then that's when I started screaming and panicking.
According to OUPD, he continued to resist arrest after being transported from the stadium. Garcia sustained 2 broken wrists, a concussion, and multiple body contusions. He says he's not going to let this go.
Do you plan to fight this?
Yes, all the way, I do.
Garcia was released on bond early Sunday morning, and his court date is set for December 7th. Reporting live for OU Nightly, I'm Cameron Joyner.
Thanks, Cameron. And on my walk to the studio today, it felt a little bit warmer, but not sure if I should be leaving my coat at home just yet.
Let's go on over to OU Nightly meteorologist Jenna Warner with more on those temperatures. What could we expect this week, Jenna?
Well, we are looking at a warming trend this week, and like Jaden was saying, it will relate to a lot of days where your wardrobe may be more heavy in the morning than in the afternoon. So this morning we got down to a low of 29 degrees, and right now it's 56 degrees in Norman. So that's a 27-degree difference that you got to figure out how to dress for during the day. Coming up later in the newscast, though, we'll be breaking down travel impacts as we do have a midweek cold front we're looking at, and your Thanksgiving Day forecast.
Thanks, Jenna. And a native Oklahoman is one of 5 people killed in an LGBTQ nightclub shooting in Colorado. 28-year-old Daniel Aston was originally from Broken Arrow before he moved to Colorado Springs and became a bartender at Club Q. Aston's mother, Sabrina, says he easily made friends in Colorado because of his personality. In addition to the 5 deaths, 25 people were injured in the shooting. Police say 2 club patrons stopped the shooter from doing any further damage until the police arrived. The FBI is working with local authorities to investigate the shooting as a hate crime, and the suspect of the shooting has been charged with 5 counts of murder. The Gender and Equality Center on campus has snacks out for anyone who is grieving this tragedy.
Governor Kevin Stitt's son may face charges for a Halloween incident. The Logan County Sheriff's Department says 20-year-old John Drew Stitt was found in possession of alcohol and firearms. According to an affidavit, officers were called to a haunted house in Guthrie on Halloween night where they found the governor's son. Sheriffs say the 20-year-old claimed one of the weapons belongs to Governor Stitt. The department recommended the case to the district attorney for charges. So far, No charges are filed.
And a 5.6 magnitude earthquake just devastated Indonesia today, leaving thousands of homes, businesses, and schools damaged. Sydney Wallace has that and the rest of today's international headlines from the News Center.
Summer and Jaden, that earthquake happened on the main island. Initial reports say 162 people died and hundreds more are injured. The earthquake also caused landslides, knocking down many buildings, including their major hospitals. Rescuers are still searching for survivors trapped under the rubble. And you may notice some old faces back on Twitter. Elon Musk has restored Twitter accounts for both former President Donald Trump and Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. West was removed from the social media platform after he posted an anti-Semitic tirade just 2 weeks ago. But Musk has no intention to welcome back conspiracy theorist Alex Jones to the Twitterverse. The supply of fentanyl in the United States seems to be multiplying fast. The Drug Enforcement Administration came out today saying that 6 in 10 of the seized drugs contain potentially lethal doses. The DEA warns of a sharp nationwide increase in deadly fentanyl-laced pills. And right here in Oklahoma, the Bureau of Narcotics just seized 4 pounds of fentanyl pills. OBN says the drugs were pressed to look like counterfeit prescription drugs and ecstasy tablets. Jaden, Summer.
Thanks, Sydney. A chunk of Interstate 40 will be named after newly retired Senator Jim Inhofe at a groundbreaking Tuesday morning. The groundbreaking will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow for an interchange in Midwest City. Republican Markwayne Mullin is set to take over Senator Inhofe's vacant seat.
And with inflation at the top of minds this Thanksgiving, we find local food banks ready to step in and help get dinner on your table this Thursday.
And the busy shopping season is starting a little early this year. Stick around for what you need to know before you head out this Black Friday.
Your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane. You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back. Inflation is up almost 7% this holiday season, and that means more Oklahomans than ever may be turning to charities for help. Norman's Food and Shelter says it could still use donations to feed everyone who shows up for Thanksgiving. Food banks like Food and Shelter Norman plan to serve higher numbers this Thanksgiving.
I think that we will be serving more people this year. I have
done a little bit of extra food already to prepare for that.
The price tag for Thanksgiving meal items is up nearly 14%, making it hard for some to even put food on the table this year.
We see more and more people that we've never seen before because they're right there on the edge.
Sunny says preparation for the holidays starts early, and this year they're planning for over 1,000 meals to be served and delivered.
It's a big deal. So all of these boxes behind me will be, we will send the meals out with those, and we have about 45 different delivery routes, and we have volunteers that come and do that.
Thousands of pounds of food and hundreds of volunteers make it possible to feed more Oklahomans this Thanksgiving. Summer Miller, OU Nightly. Food donations can be dropped off tomorrow and Wednesday at Food and Shelter from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
And the cost of heating your home this winter is going up too, but there are some simple steps you can take to cut costs when the cold weather moves in later this week. OU Nightly's Olivia Daig has those ideas in today's Money Matters.
Jaden, Consumer Reports says it's about weatherizing your home, especially with the coldest months ahead of us. Some ways you can do this: check that your doors and windows are sealed and your attic is well insulated. Also, call a professional to check that your heating and cooling systems are running safely. And if you're looking for a deal on Black Friday, the Better Business Bureau shares some tips. Plan out your day of shopping, read the fine print on sales, and in some cases, it might be better to snag a deal online. They also add that shipping delays, hiring shortages, and microchip shortages could affect shoppers this year. And if you're traveling this week, pack your patience if you're flying through Will Rogers World Airport. 35,000 people will be coming through the city airport for Thanksgiving travel. And if you're packing up and heading out, the airport suggests to get at least 2 hours early before your flight, just to make sure you get through those busy lines. Jaden and Summer, I'll be driving to Texas this week to visit some family. Luckily, Gas Buddy says gas is cheaper here than in Fort Worth.
Thanks, Olivia. There's a new shop on Campus Corner that is sure to cure your sweet tooth. Stay tuned to see what sweet creations they have to offer.
And meteorologist Jenna Warner has a look into what's coming up in Maine weather. Jenna?
That's right. If you're traveling for Thanksgiving, you're going to want to stick with OU Nightly. We're talking about some hazards that could throw a wrench in your plans. Weather's next.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Central and Midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
welcome back to OU Nightly. Look, the hue of the sun has changed. The sun is starting to set. Sunset time in Norman is 5:21 tonight, but right now it's 57 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. It's been a beautiful day, and it's been a beautiful day across the metro too. I hope people have gotten outside and taken advantage of the outdoors, but don't worry, there's plenty of time to do that later in the week as we are dealing with a warming trend. So if you think about this past weekend, it was much colder. We were all bundled up for Bedlam. We have a warming trend on the rise coming through December 1st. So above average temperatures, and right now we're actually sitting around average for this time of year. We're expecting a low of 32 degrees tonight in Norman, and if you take a look at our normal for this time of year, it's about 36 degrees, so we're not that far off. But check out the Panhandle. Guyman, it's going to be 19 degrees for a low tonight. It's going to get chilly. Highs tomorrow will be even warmer than we saw today. 60 degrees in Norman, 61 in OKC, 57 out in Muskogee, and some 50s out in eastern Oklahoma. But overall, much warmer day. Sunny too will be a great day to get outdoors again. Start taking advantage of that. But now talking about Thanksgiving, if you're traveling, these are some hazards that you should keep an eye out for Wednesday. We're talking about fire danger, mostly in western Oklahoma and North Texas, but keep an eye out if you're on the roads or if you're starting to cook outdoors. Thursday is the big day that we're going to be talking about. We have a cold front coming in. This is looking Thanksgiving Day at around noon. We're going to have some sporadic rain pop up from this front, and it could linger through Black Friday and into Saturday. So we might have some rain dealing with in the region. And this would be super helpful as we are still in a drought. Take a look up in Guyman. It's been about 80 days since they've seen any measurable rainfall. Here in Norman, it's been just about over a week. So anything is helpful as we need to fix that deficit. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, so we have that warming trend Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be in the 60s. Thursday, Thanksgiving, we do have that 20% chance for rain. It'll be sporadic throughout the day as that cold front comes through. Friday, lingering around, as well as Saturday, but temperatures will rebound once we hit Saturday. We're going to come back into the 60s, 62 on Sunday. We'll have some chilly nights down here, but the winds will shift by Monday of next week from southerly. And so it's going to warm back up 65 degrees for our high on Monday. So overall, it'll be a great week for Thanksgiving. Get out and enjoy the outdoors when it isn't raining. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jenna. It may be cold outside, but if you're still craving a cold treat, a new ice cream shop popped up on Campus Corner. Since Sweet Sips and Sticks opened their doors at the end of September, they have been serving milkshakes and ice cream cones topped with sweets with a smile.
I like to create things and make people smile. And so I kind of took that concept of the sweets that we would go and I'd be like, well, I can just like maybe put all those together in like one concept. Here I am now and I have my own spots, Sweet Sips and Sticks.
Sweet Sips and Sticks is located on the corner of Boyd Street and Buchanan Avenue.
And for OU fans, it was a great weekend. A Sooner win, sending Spencer Sanders back to Stillwater empty-handed.
Zoe Watson joins us with more in sports. Zoe?
For a freezing Bedlam night, Oklahoma football heated things up, and CJ Colden had a standout night against the Pokes. I'll have all the details in sports.
Your family. If a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane, you can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
The Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I'm Zoe Watson, and OSU trotted back to Stillwater after losing to OU. Ashley Vandervelde and Carly Murray were at the game and have a recap of the Bedlam match.
I'm Carly Murray here with Ashley Vandervelde. We may have just witnessed the last Bedlam battle on Owen Field, and it was a great one, Ashley.
It definitely was, Carly. The Sooners came out hot on the offensive side of the ball, putting up 28 points, the most ever in an opening period in this rivalry. And not only that, OU's 224 passing yards in the first quarter were its most ever in an opening quarter, and the Sooners' 299 total yards of offense in quarter one was a school record in an opening period. Drake Stoops led the Sooners with 6 receptions for 89 yards and a touchdown, so a big senior night for him, Carly.
Yeah, now let's talk about the offense. Jordan Kelly had 2 sacks on the night, and the team had 6 total. And let's talk about those 4 interceptions. I just want to call them out. Billy Bowman, Deshaun White, CJ Colden, and Jonah Lalulu. Amazing tonight for the defense. Let's hear what head coach Brent Venables has to say about his team's win tonight.
You know, the game control was there. Really incredibly proud of our team. Came out ready to play and set a bunch of records in the first quarter.
Reporting from Owen Field, Carly Murray and Ashley Vandervelde.
Thanks, girls. Oklahoma now has to start looking out for the Flying Tortillas in Lubbock against Texas Tech. OU offensive coordinator prepares the Sooners to keep playing with confidence against the Red Raiders.
You know, the thing that stands out the most is the guys have been great in the red zone, and they've gotten better every single week. They're a group that's playing with a lot of confidence and a lot of belief right now. They've played better every single week as that group has come along and been great in the red zone.
Now, Oklahoma defensive back CJ Colden has been named the Big 12 Newcomer of the Week. He was on fire during the Bedlam game, recording 7 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and an interception. And he now leads the team with 3 interceptions for the season. And the Oklahoma City Thunder will now face the New York Knicks tonight in the Paycom Center. The Thunder are 7-9 so far this season and already have defeated the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. And the U.S. soccer team is back in the World Cup for the first time since 2014. Tim Weah of the U.S. scored in the 36th minute to put up the U.S. 1-0. But a late foul by Walker Zimmerman set up Wales for a penalty kick to level the match at 1. USA's next match is against England on Friday at 1 p.m. Jane and Summer, it's Thanksgiving this week, and I'm very thankful for football. And I hear you have some news about what's cooking or what's not.
That's right, Zoe. 2 birds are starting to feel a little bit extra thankful today.
It's all thanks to the president. Stick around to see how a 75-year turkey tradition is carrying on.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year. And lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region, too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
I'm Coy Taylor at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Happening now in Kingfisher County, multiple agencies are investigating after 4 people were killed and 1 person was injured in a hostage situation. The sheriff's office was called around 9 p.m. Sunday to a marijuana farm outside the community of Lacey. Authorities haven't released any suspect information, but the sheriff's office says they have a suspect in mind. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation is assisting with the case. Summer, Jaden?
Thanks, Coy. 2 turkeys are extra thankful after receiving the coveted presidential pardon today.
The 46 and 47-pound birds named Chocolate and Chip were raised by the chairman of the National Turkey Federation.
They joined President Biden at the White House to receive this special honor.
Biden awarded the title of National Thanksgiving Turkey to Chocolate, but neither of the turkeys will end up on this year's dinner table.
I don't know about you, Jaden, but I think they're absolutely precious.
Yeah, they were pretty cute. And my family's more of a ham family. I've never had turkey for Thanksgiving. So Chocolate and Chip, you guys can relax. Don't worry about it.
You know, I always go for the sides. Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, those are really good too.
I look forward to those.
Great choice.
Alrighty, well, all this talk is making me hungry. Let's go ahead and toss it back over to Jenna Warner about what we can expect this Thanksgiving holiday. Jenna?
Thanks, Summer. Talking about our Thanksgiving forecast, we do have rain in the forecast. If you're driving somewhere on Thanksgiving Day, remember when your wipers are going, your headlights should also be on. Visibility could be low. Let traffic know as you're driving throughout the day on Thanksgiving where you are, and don't travel into flooded roadways as you don't know the depth. Tonight in Norman, though, we'll get down to 32 degrees. Clear night. It'll be a great cold night. And then taking another look at that 7-day forecast, we're talking again about Thanksgiving. That front coming in is our biggest story Thursday into Friday and Saturday. We'll be taking a look for you as the week goes on. Back to you guys, Jaden and Summer.
Thanks, Jenna, and thank you for joining us tonight on OU Nightly.
We're live from Gaylord Hall, weekdays live at 4:30. Good night.
Sure, family. If a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane, you can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go